Hello everybody, this is Professor Kenny, instructor here in the Introduction to Philosophy course online this semester, spring 2024. It's the first day of the semester, and I know some of you have already been the into the course, but I wanted to maybe upload this video, and that will help get you all oriented to everything. So let me talk about a few things. You'll see over here on the right that we have a list of the course announcements. So I did have an announcement last week because the course was open for a week before today, just so you could get used to the environment of the course. And during that week, which we're calling Introductory Week, you'll see that there was a discussion forum and some practice exercises, a practice reading reflection exercise, and a practice paper submission. Again, if you have the time, these are not requirements, but if you have the time, it's a good idea to check to see if you can submit a document, submit an exercise successfully. And also, again, not a requirement, but it's a good idea, first day of class, to click into this Get Acquainted discussion, say hello, say a few things about yourself. Other people will say hello right back. So as you see, we got a bunch of people in here. We got replies, a lot of views. So again, it's a good thing to do to get things going in the semester. We go back to course home. This was the announcement I posted last night. Mostly for the week's work coming up, I will be posting on the Sunday night. And then things became available for you in the first module. Before I go any further than that, I forgot about this course information module. If you're really just logging on for the first time, you'll see a lot of things here. It goes down through a more detailed version of what I'm doing really in this video. It's like it gives you details of the text, the description of the course requirements, learning activities, course expectations. Please read carefully. There's also a printable version of the syllabus. This is a very important document, the discussion requirements for the course. I'll talk about this week's discussions in a little bit. Actually, let me just say it here while I have the document open, and then I will reiterate it in a few minutes. For each discussion forum, you must post at least 3 significant posts. The first post must be before the date and time indicated on the title of the discussion forum. So you'll see the discussion forums this week have due date and time on them. And then you cannot, this is so important, you cannot leave everything until the end of the week and do everything right on Sunday night. You have to get into the discussion forums during the week. So I have a requirement in here that you post on at least 2 different days. And a post can be an original post where you started this discussion thread, or it can be a reply, or your post can be a mixture of those few things. So course information, what else was on here? Some important statements on academic integrity, student accommodations, the learning environment at OCC. There's a link here to OCC's Learning Center if you find yourself falling behind or anything like that. This pertains to your other courses as well. There's some good free online and in-person tutoring available. Got some academic rules. And also here, if you haven't yet got the course textbook, the details of that are, where are they? Up here. For the first week or so, you're probably good. If you're still getting the funds together or it just hasn't worked out with your box of books yet, I do have chapter 1 and chapter 2 of the text made available. I cannot put the entirety of the book up here online for free because frankly that would be breaking the law, but I can give you portions of the text for what they call fair use in the classroom. So I can give you chapter 1 and chapter 2. So you can still do everything you need to do this first week or two even if you haven't got the text. Okay, so got back to course home here, and things are organized in terms of modules. So we've had our introductory week. The first module here, what is philosophy? This lasts a couple of weeks. So you see it starts here today and it goes until the end of the day on Sunday, February 11th. I give you a general description here. I've got some links to, for many of you this will be your first philosophy class, so these are kind of what the heck is philosophy links. I'm going to be talking about that in class anyway. And then there are two sub-modules. First one is due, the first one is made available today, and that's our work this week, and then next Sunday night. And it'll take you a little time to get used to the rhythm of a class. Different professors do it different way. I tend to go from week to week, from Sunday night to Sunday night. So module 1, sub-module A, where we're really starting out just trying to figure out what the heck philosophy is. That goes from today, which is Monday, the 29th. That goes all the way through to the end of the day on this coming Sunday. And then there'll be a new module open, a new sub-module open, and that'll be our second week of module 1, and then we'll have module 2, and so on and so forth. So this is the sub-module. You see it started last night, so usually that's when I release things and make things available for you. Officially it starts today and it goes until 11:59 p.m. on Sunday. Sometimes I describe an anticipated sequence. This is kind of a step-by-step of how you probably should organize things. There's nothing absolutely saying that you have to do things in this particular order. It's just the order that sort of makes most sense. I do have PDF handouts on things as we go. You can scroll through that. And the main action, as you'll see, because a lot of points, a lot of percentage points for the course come from your participation in the course discussions. So I'll click through the first one here. What is philosophy? And you'll see, like I just mentioned a few minutes ago, first post due by 11:59 p.m. on Tuesday, January 30th. So we are just getting going. I do see one post there so far for each discussion forum. Again, for the first few, I give you a general reminder of what it is to take part in a discussion and what my general requirements are. For each discussion, I'll have these things called starter questions. These are just so you have something to write about right away. You don't have a blank page, so to speak, that you know that there's something you can engage with. You do not have to answer or respond to all of these. It's not wrong if you do respond to all of these. You can also write anything you want that relates to this what is philosophy question here. Like I said, you can start a new thread, or you can click into a thread and then respond to that. Either of those will count as discussion participation. And then to help me to help you understand what it means to do well on these discussions, I have a rubric here, and you'll see, I mean, it's fairly straightforward. I want you, most of the points go to, look, me checking in with you to see, are there 3 substantive posts that show some engagement, some clear engagement with the text and ideas. If there are 3 substantive posts, that's good, but they have to be on 2 different days. So if they are all on the same day, you are losing a point for that. And then if they're late, then you lose points for each day that it's late. So as I'm grading these discussion forums, you'll see early next week, you'll get a score based on this rubric out of 10. If there are any questions on how all that's supposed to go, then please let me know. Again, we're just starting off. You have to, for every class, it sort of takes a few days, a week or two, to get used to how it is that different professors do things. But for each of the discussion forums, you should be able to see a discussion forum rubric. So this, together with the document I had open earlier on about discussion participation in this course, make sure you read through and you make sure you understand the requirements as good as you can. So that's module 1. We're still in module 1, submodule A. So there's that discussion. There's another, well, actually, this is a reading assignment. Kant, What is Enlightenment? This is going to form the background of our second discussion. So this isn't too long. It's written at the end of the 18th century. It's translated from German into English. There are some excellent points about what it means to be a free thinker. It's somebody who thinks for him or herself in here. And if you read through that, and then based on that, you will have discussion starter questions to respond to. Again, you can talk about anything that strikes your fancy in these discussion forums. This is a so-called enduring text, which means that it can be challenging. It will likely take you a few times, or at least you'll be reading some sentences or some paragraphs more than once. If that happens, don't worry about it. That is typical. That applies to everybody, including people who have taken a million philosophy classes. These readings can be tough. There's some good, interesting things going on there if you give it a chance. So that's the second discussion forum. You'll see that the first post for this one is due later on in the week. It's due at the end of the day on Thursday. Right? So participate. Make sure you get going on this first one by the end of the day on Tuesday. You don't have to wait, of course, until Thursday to get the first post on there, but make sure you do it before Thursday night at the very latest. And then at the end of the week, again, anytime during the week, but it's better to wait until you've sort of gone through some of the discussion forums. And also, by the way, as you're going through the discussion forums, please don't just participate and move on. I mean, try to read everybody's. It's a way of replicating the classroom. It's the kind of, people will have different opinions on things. People will have different reasons for one thing versus another. It's good to read through what other people think. This is how we learn in philosophy, and that's part of what it means to learn what it is to do philosophy. And then most weeks, not every week, but most weeks I'll have a reading reflection exercise. And this week it's based on the first 6 pages or so of the textbook. Remember, you can still do this if you haven't purchased the textbook, because I have the chapter 1 and chapter 2 posted. These are short answer questions. 2 or 3 sentences for each of these questions will be totally fine. One other thing before I go, I'm running out of time here. You can keep up to date on how you're doing in this class. Obviously, this is me pretending to be a student in the class, and it's the first day, so it's all a bunch of zeros. One thing to look out for, I do drop the 3 lowest the 3 lowest, I do that for discussions as well, but the 3 lowest scores in your reading reflection exercises do not count. So as we're getting going here, you will see some of these drops, and it sounds like, oh my God, that's important, and that's you should be you should be alarmed or something, and it's not. It's just not going to count your score toward your final semester's score. That's all. So that's hopefully useful for you. Again, going through this video will help orient you. Make sure you do go through the course and do all the clicking that you have time to do, just to see how things are set up. If you have any questions, please, you can email me. You can use this tool up here, or use my OCC email, which you will see on the first page here. That's me. This is my email address, and I'm located, I do have office hours as well. I'm located in the Mawina building. Okay, that's about it. I will see you in the discussion forums. I'll be participating there as well. And I hope you have a wonderful week.